Welcome, everybody. My name is Paul Smyers. I'm a practicing real estate agent in the beautiful Shenandoah Valley of Virginia. And I want to talk to people a little bit about the process of searching for property, especially when you're coming from out of the area. I get a lot of inquiries from far away and even within the state. And if you don't know the area, you'd really need an agent on your side. And that's what I'm trying to help people with. I'd love to help people search. Sometimes I'm not be able to find the right property for you because it's too far. Maybe it's 3 hours from me, but at least I can point you in the right direction. And as far as a seller, I have people inquiring for me looking for places that you might have to sell. So I specialize in real property. So I'll make a note of it. If you know anybody who's trying to sell a property in a rural area, um, maybe we can get together. But the search process, like I said, there's so much information out there. I do searches all the time on Realtor.com and Zillow.com, and I drive around and look at places. And there's so many places out there you can get bewildered. So, as a buyer, even help your agent. First of all, get a buyer agent on your side who knows the area that you're looking in, and then sign them up with them and say, hey, you're my guy or my woman. Just, I'm going to make a commitment to you. And as a realtor, I make a commitment also. When I sign a buyer agency agreement, I'm making a commitment to my client that I'm going to help them and be persistent and really be on their side and go for it. I work for people who I have a contract with. So, again, the search has to start with knowing what you really want. And that's hard to know. I mean, I've had people come and they say they want this or that, and then when they finally see something totally different, they go, well, I'm glad you like that, but that's not what you told me the first time. So if you don't know what you want, it's hard for your real estate agent, buyer agent to know what you want either. But with a dialogue and a good rapport and communication, the search can be narrowed down. Now, there are people who contact me and I wasn't able to help them very much because they're kind of far away. And maybe they're just kind of speculating. There are people who say, well, sometime in the next year, I want a place to find a place somewhere in Virginia. Okay, well, just when you get it narrowed down, let me know because, somewhere in Virginia is pretty big. You see, so as a buyer agent and people who, like us who get inquiries, all our agents who get inquiries, we have to kind of narrow it down. We ask some questions about from the buyer. Okay, what can you afford? What's your max? What you really need? What you don't want? What you might compromise on? Things like that. So narrow down the search yourself. But then, when you finally decide that where do you want to live, try to find an agent that really knows the area and the type of property that you're looking for. I can't say I want to sell condos and I know all about the condos in Charlottesville, Virginia, or something like that, or Richmond. I don't do that kind of work mostly. I deal with mostly rural property. I live in a rural area, exactly the type of property that I am fond of engaging with and helping people find. So, the search process, I'm trying to help you out, narrow it down in your own mind first, kind of really get it down. And then once you find that area, get your agent on your side who does scouting because a lot of agents don't want to scout. Honestly, if I was a little bit more particular about it, it's a lot of work to go running around looking at real property because it's so easy to sit in an office and, oh yeah, I got to show that condominium. It's right across the street. I'll show it 5 times in one day and I'll sell it by the end of the week and whatever. That's not how it works out in a rural area. There's quite a bit of work involved in evaluating property. So watch some of my other videos about evaluating property because from a buyer's angle, you have certain criteria. You can't measure real property precisely. There's no such thing as an exact value. Even the cost of a property, of a brand new house, you can say, well, it costs X dollars to build it or buy the land or whatever. But even that is like, that can vary too because then what if the property, decreases in value or all of a sudden something in the neighborhood changes or something like that. It's hard to value a property. You have to think about what it means to you as a value because when you buy a property, I've said in some of my other videos, start thinking about how you're going to bring value to that property and make it more valuable besides a normal type of equity that you might expect from just, growth and so on. So again, we're talking about the search here, narrow it down, get an agent on your side, and have a dialogue, because it can be very frustrating sometimes. You're contacting someone from a distance. Maybe, I'm someone that you don't know, and you contact me from out of town or whatever. But we need to have a little bit of a rapport with each other and say, hey, look, I'm trying to help you out here. I asked you some questions, and you think about it, and then we'll go work on it together. And if I can't help you in my specific area, the Shenandoah Valley, let's say the central part of Virginia, then I can maybe point you in the right direction, maybe even give you a referral to an agent that I might know or something, and kind of just help you out that way. So I appreciate people listening. Contact me. I have contact videos on here. I work for Linus Team Realty in Moneta, Virginia, and it's a beautiful, beautiful state. I love Virginia. Virginia's for lovers, they say, and I have a saying: say, come to Virginia for a visit, but stay for life. So thanks again for listening, and please see some of my other videos, and I love to respond to the comments. So thanks again.